Alright guys, here's a Michigan L190. These old Michigans were built for just pure power, and you could see it in their design. They're real tough built design. The bucket that you see there can range from 5 to 9 yards. Michigan offered 3 buckets for the machine. Obviously an aftermarket bucket will also fit, but you could have a straight edge rock bucket. It's 5 yards, weighs 4,500 pounds. A spade nose rock bucket, it's 5 yards, 5,000 pounds. General purpose bucket, which I'm pretty sure this one is, 5 3/4 yards, 46,000 pounds. And a material handling bucket, 6 1/4 yard, and that weighs 4,800 pounds. And then a lightweight materials bucket, which is the big one, it's 9 yards and is 5,400 pounds. The bucket has the functions of roll back, hold, and dump, which obviously roll back, hold, you can hold in, then dump it. Now the arms and linkage are probably the most unique thing on this machine and is my favorite. The boom is a 2-plate design, so when I get up to it I'll show you, and then the linkage is right in the middle of them. The linkage is what you call a inline linkage. It's hard to tell, but if we take a look in here, here's the 2-plate design, and here's the inline linkage. The inline linkage is supposedly for protection of components and the maximum torsion, which is twisting of the boom. Apparently that's what it did. It basically minimized the twisting and protected the components. The boom, the reason for this, it was for max and also maximum strength. My favorite thing about this machine is probably the arms. They're just huge pieces of steel, and they really stand out on the machine, especially painted in black. 4-wheel drive machine, 2 axles. Now the articulation is right here. It turns by these 2 cylinders, the turning cylinders. So basically one will push in, one will pull out, and it'll turn left. Over here is the hydraulic checkpoints. Here is the lock for the articulation, where normally it would be on the outsides bolted. It's actually on the inside. And here's a fender. There's the cab up there. It's actually a pretty decent sized machine, and I'm really surprised by the size of this and that they even have it here. Now the cab has all the controls for the bucket and for the arms, obviously. And if you could give me a second. Okay, on the right side of the cab, on the instrument panel, has the instruments, or whatever, the gauges for fuel level, oil pressure, engine coolant temperature, transmission oil temperature, and the voltage of the machine. The ignition switch and parking brake is also on the right. And on the left you have fan speed switch, temperature control, working lights, and the cold start. So, I mean, pretty much everything of that is in the cab for the operator, and you also have the controls for the loader. Right here is a fuel tank. And back here, in this compartment right here, is the engine for the machine. The engine is an inline 6 Cummins NTA 855C 33.5, 290 horsepower, 4-speed reverse and forward. Inline 6 meaning the cylinders or the pistons in the engine that cause the combustion are an inline. It's an inline 6, so there's 3 on this side, 3 on that side, instead of a V. V is much better. Just known. Here's a tie down and a lifting hook. And here is the counterweight for the machine. Counterweight for the standard boom, which I didn't get to that big. You could have a standard or a long boom, is 3,500 pounds for the machine. Now, you could have a long boom for this machine, meaning you get better height and dumping for a larger haul truck. The long boom can have buckets for the straight edge rock, general purpose, and light materials. You would also add 2,000 pounds to the counterweight, so it would be a 5,500 pound counterweight. You could also get a log grapple for the machine if you're doing forestry. The log grapple counterweight is 9,000 pounds. So you can see the counterweight differs for the arms, especially for the log forks. Now if I take you to the other side of the machine, here's the front of the machine, and here's the right side of the machine. Pretty much the same thing as the left. You see the lift and tie down chart right there, hydraulic fluid tank right here, another fender. Now if you want to see this machine in action, I'm going to provide a link in the description of this video. I got to see it once clearing snow and piling snow and whatnot. But pretty much there she is, a Michigan L190. There was also a L190B made. It's pretty much just the same thing though. So there you have it, guys. Hope you liked it.